Eastenders turns 35 this week. Can you believe that? 35 years old. It's older than me by 5 years. I turn 30 on Thursday. Eastenders turns 35, on Wednesday. This show has been with me my entire life. And while I may have left it at times, I always find myself coming back. Today's video is a simple one. We are going to discuss who I think is going to die in the 35th boat party anniversary for Eastenders. What's been going on recently? Well, Linda doesn't have a drinking problem. Definitely doesn't have a drinking problem. Okay, she's got a drinking problem, and we all know she's got a drinking problem. And her and Mick are looking to get divorced because it's put too much stress on the relationship and put Ollie, their son, in too much danger. This obviously makes a lot of people feel that maybe with the way Linda's acted recently, it's all going to come to a head with her being the one who drowns on the boat party. I don't think this is right. The other major storyline is, of course, Phil and Ben tried to have Keanu killed because he got Sharon, Phil's wife, pregnant. Martin, who was hired to kill Keanu, couldn't go through with it. Now, Keanu has returned to the square to take his vengeance out on Ben, and he's kidnapped Callum. However, what he doesn't know is Phil is also back, and he's called in a massive favour. Now, a lot of people are speculating, thinking that this could be Grant Mitchell. I hope it is Grant Mitchell. Look, I've had to fight Grant Mitchell, and I'm not going to lie to you. It's not easy. It's not easy.
What did I ever do to you, man? Grant, allow it, Grant. Hey, call me Grant. Ross.
Obviously, it would make sense if Keanu was the one that would die at the boat party, because with Phil returning to take him out, that would make sense. They're the biggest distraction that we have as far as storylines go. The focus currently is on Linda and Mick and on Keanu, Ben and Phil. See, this is why I don't think that any of the people involved in any of those storylines is going to die. Who could die? Who of prominence and importance? Let's think about this. The show has been very, very clear in saying that someone big is going to die. I look at Mick and Linda, and while they're big, they're not a part of the history. I look at Phil, and I think, you can't kill off Phil. Keanu, maybe he'll go. Ben is too much important character at this point because they're building his story arc, and if Phil was to ever leave the show, you need Ben to pick up the pieces. So I don't think any of those people are going to die. A lot of people assumed it may be Bex because she's getting back into drugs and stuff, but again, that's a distraction. We know she is leaving the show, and it's most likely that she's going to do so by either overdosing and dying a few weeks later, or it being the turning point in her realizing she just needs to get away from Walford because it's all too much for her and she's turning back into drugs. So maybe she'll just go to rehab or something like that. Finally, we have Kat. Now everybody knows that Kat is going to be suspended because of her real life actions on set. How can they do this? Quite easily. She covers up the fact that Whitney killed Leo by taking the fall for Whitney temporarily. That writes her out of the show for however long. So that doesn't put Kat in any danger either, right? We know that Daniel is going to die soon because of cancer, so that takes Daniel and Jean off of the boat, plus they're not actually going to be on the boat anyway. All of these major storylines that have been pushed into our face don't seem to have a resolve. However, if you look at one person over the course of the past maybe 6 to 7 months. Now, Ian Beale has been on the show since the first episode. Episode 1. He has been running for as long as the show has been running. And while he might take some time out from time to time, recently it was to help launch his gin delivery service, which I think is very interesting. That happened, 6-7 months back last year. And now we're coming to a point where we find... Originally, I thought it was Bobby in isolation, but that's not the story. The storyline we're looking at here is a man that is isolating himself from his friends and his family. Someone that is so caught up in themselves that they don't realize how lonely they're actually becoming. And I don't know about you, but in recent times, I've watched Ian Beale and go, This isn't the Ian that we grew up to love and know. This isn't the kind of Ian Beale that we know. He's transformed. He's changing. He's become a very conservative-minded, let's say it. He's become a massive Tory in recent times. He's got his campaign on. He doesn't care about people's views or, like sexuality or anything other than how it can benefit him and make him look good, and he can spin it into a positive PR, trying to use Bobby's faith in his, advantages. All of this stuff, we know that Peter Beale is coming back. The newspapers tell us that he's coming back because Bobby is going to be attacked and end up very, very seriously hurt because of his religious views. So that's why Peter comes back. But to me, that doesn't seem like just enough of a reason for Peter to come back. No. I think really what the trigger is going to be is the fact that Ian dies on the boat. That's my conclusion. I look at it and I go, right, he's been in the show for 35 years. Yeah, he's become a very unlikable character to the point where he's throwing his own son out on the street with no remorse. He's going against his own mother. A lot of the time he's reminiscing about the past as well, which I think is the writers just trying to remind us. He has been there for so long. I think you couldn't do a 35th anniversary without it having a very lasting effect. And I personally think it's probably been long enough now. He's been in the show long enough. He wants to do other stuff with his old age. He wants to get into his retirement. He wants to set up this gin delivery service and running the shop that he works in with his wife and so on and so forth. He has a lot of life that he wants to probably live. And while working on Eastenders for 35 years has been an amazing opportunity and great for him, he's probably just a bit done with it. How further can the character go? Near enough, all of the other greats have left the square at this point. Even Dot could only make a small appearance because she's getting so old now, and I loved it. But I just personally think, and hey, I could be completely wrong, but based on everything, that Ian Beale is going to die on the boat. So yeah, I'm not too sure, man. I'm not 100%, but everything in recent times, as far as storytelling goes, tells me Ian's time on the square is over. And you know what? I'm okay with that. And I think a lot of people are okay with that. I think he has done he's done the best he can. And he's been a great addition to EastEnders from the start and to the end. And I'd love to know what your thoughts and feelings are on this. So, leave me a comment. We will be getting back into weekly recaps. Like I said, I'm going to change them a little bit. I'm going to be doing them for every 2 episodes just because that works better with how I can get them out. I might still put them all together at the end of the week, or I might do it so it's Wednesdays and Saturdays. The other thing is, I don't like dropping things on the Monday. I feel like that's a little bit too late, but hey, it's just meant to be a quick catch up and a little bit of, theories and us talking about what may happen. So, all of that being said, I hope you enjoy this week of EastEnders. I'm really looking forward to it. I cannot wait, and I will catch you in the catch-up where we talk about everything that happens. And hey, if I got it wrong, I want to see 1,000 comments of people just being like, you're an idiot, or we told you it was going to be him, or we told you it was going to be him, I can't believe you thought that. Anyway, that is that. Like I said, enjoy your week, take care of yourselves, look out for one another. Peace.